Thank you very much. It's not broken, right? There's no name fetch error with the alert. Oh, the anonymous? No. That's how it is. That's just how it is. All right, we're going to Infernal Shrines, everybody. We are here in map number 1 of our third best of 3 of the day. So I'm getting the Twitch prediction written up for all of you. It's DDX on the right? Yeah, Shizakid and Banana. Okay. So that's all good. Infernal Shrines. So let's talk about how we got here, what's going on. So the members, the members of COPIUM won the coin flip, opting into first pick, first ban priority. No, that's not right. DDX won the coin flip, opting in for first pick, first ban priority. Map choice will be coming out from COPIUM. COPIUM did ban away Battlefield and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Haunted Mines and Sky Temple are banned away by Deep Dive Extreme. We have a Junkrat Maiev banned away, Vala, and something else to be removed for Infernal Shrines. As a reminder, this is the Meta Madness style of draft. Heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps. There are no tournament bans. Imperius was banned last week, but he got patched at the end of the weekend, so he's back in the mix. We did see him earlier today. So as I said, heroes that are picked and played are unavailable, so Lucio will not be available for map 2 or 3 in this series. When we get into our next and final best of 3 after this, which is the upper bracket final, it'll be the winner from our previous series, Three-Legged Cat, versus the winner of this series, and the winner of that goes on to the playoffs. Tomorrow is the lower bracket, so no elimination stuff today. All tomorrow is lower bracket with elimination stuff. As we are rolling through this draft on Infernal Shrines, Chromie Dahaka for the side of Copium, as a Lucio Medivh Diva on the right side will be grabbed by Deep Dive Extreme. I am excited to see this quite a bit here. Cho'Gall could round out the draft. I'm not even kidding. Like, this is not even like a, ooh, Cho'Gall, I want it. They literally would slot into the draft really well. Diva manages top lane. Medivh, Lucio, Cho'Gall rotate mid to bottom, portaling fast, getting backline dives, getting good harassment. I really do think that there could be a Cho'Gall picked up here by Deep Dive Extreme. I don't know if they played one earlier today. Malfurion ban leads me to believe it won't be, but we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe these next 2 picks will actually give the indication to DDX if they want to go into that direction. You have to consent to share your name in the donos. Yes, it selects anonymous by default. So there you go. Negative wave clear. Negative wave clear. Negative wave clear. Okay. Cho'Gall has negative wave clear. That is a statement I read. Okay. That is definitely a statement. Alright, well, they do have the Anduin Muradin on the left side with a Dahaka Chromie. They could go into Genji if they wanted to utilize the Light Bomb. They have Muradin with a Dwarf Launch at 16, I assume, as well. And I think Holpaka does like to play a Genji, so Genji could be that last pick. We'll see what they actually go into here for Infernal Shrines. Fake wave clear, like Lunara. That I read that in chat as well. Okay, very interesting. That was a sentence typed in chat. Thanks, Revolver. Garrosh and Tassadar on the right side will round out the draft. They've got good Shrine Race with that. They've got good control as well with the Garrosh. If people try and dive in, he's got some nice priority lockdown with your Warlord's Challenge. Probably will... you know what I'd love to see, though? I'd really like to see a body check level 1 just to be able to get some reduced healing on dove on targets, because I do feel like there's going to be some good aggression here. Groundbreaker 1 is great and everything, but I really would like to see body check here. I think it'd be a really nice way to mitigate some of the Desperate Prayer and heals from Anduin. But either way, the Twitch gamble's going. Put your predictions where you believe the win will be. I meant more, it would be the only hero with wave clear and 1 less body when they, okay. How am I supposed to infer that from negative wave clear? Why didn't you just type the other message first? Hi, Cat Peach. I hope you're ready to... I hope you're ready. Ignore you? Okay. Right side of the map, we're here on Infernal Shrines with Deep Dive Extreme. Shizakid is going to be your Shizakid. Shizakid. I've heard it so many different ways, but Shizakid. Shizakid for Deep Dive Extreme will be your Garrosh. We've got Yoshiro on the Lucio, Dead Inside Medivh. Virgil is going to be on your Diva, and Darnasca is that Tassadar. On the left-hand side, it's going to be Copium. Hopaka with your Hogger, Nano. On the Chromie, we got Surdath playing Hogger, Banana with the Anduin, and Masquerade to play Muradin. Alright, we've got Warbreaker level 1, Psy Infusion level 1 for the Tassadar as well. As Garrosh picks up 3 stacks immediately. Portal Mastery for Medivh. We've also got Accelerando, and Diva will be going into Full Metal. Yeah, Full Metal. Muradin with 3rd Wind for more sustainability. We've got Haka picking up the Enduring Swarm for some spell armor, and then also we'll be having a duration increase on the Dark Swarm, as we do have a Groundbreaker onto this. Dahaka thrown out of position once again. Sustained damage. There's going to be good Force Well from the Tassadar as well. Shock Rays continue to fire out. Dead Inside will be saved 5 baseline stacks from Medivh. Hogger with the On the Prowl, we have Time Walker's Pursuit for Chromie, as well as your Divine Star level 1 Power Word Shield on the Anduin. Frozen Punisher will be the first one in the middle of the map, coming up at 2 minute 30 for the announcement, 3 minutes for contest. As we typically see with Time Walker's Pursuit level 1, it's going to be at Horror Anomaly level 4, or 2 for Chromie. And so I'm assuming we'll see W build for our Dahaka. So we'll probably go into the Hero Stalker 4 and the Symbiosis 7. Really good synergy between those 3. I was saving my precious Corsair keycaps. But the best, I know you put a kappa, but the best way to use your Corsair keycaps is by typing with them. Silly. Oh god, the Lucio almost going down right there. Force of Will denied any incoming damage. I don't know if he was inside that reticle or not, but either way, the camp is going to be stolen away by Copium. Deep Dive Extreme. Portal in. Looking for Surdath here. Dahaka, does he have a way to get out of here? It doesn't look like he'll be able to get out in time. Wait a minute. Drag is good, but the Groundbreaker is better. And that will be first blood over to the side of Deep Dive Extreme. A Stormbolt from Masquerade connects on to Darnovsky. But no follow-up to kill. What an insane read on Hopaka's bounce from Shizakid. Hopaka's Giga dead. Almost takes down the Tassadar here. He's gonna start hearthing. Wait, no. Wait, yes. Garrus is gonna head him off at the pass. Dead Inside has the vision. I mean, realistically, the longer this takes, the better it is for the side of Deep Dive Extreme, because then Hogger Death Timer will be a little bit longer than Objective, so they can invade this or start this out with a 4v5. And we do have Medivh in bottom lane trying to clear things out against this Dahaka. How are we doing on Twitch Gambles? 14,000 to 666. Very metal for Deep Dive Extreme. No believers in the Medivh. Well, not no, but limited believers on Medivh here. Good damage from Chromie. Doesn't take down... Oh, actually does get the Sandblast to take down Diva Mech. She'll have to build up that pink bar really quickly. Does have Mech Explosion when she gets back inside. 7 to 13 in Skeleton Defender's favor. In the side of Deep Dive Extreme, so that's going to be Hopaka thrown out of position. Once again, the Leap of Faith will pull to safety, and the Diva Pilot almost gets taken down. Deep Portal set up. We have a Time Walker's Pursuit for Vision. Diva Mech gets summoned, immediately dragged by Dahaka. Mech Explosion in the center of this. What a beautiful throw! Garrosh! Hello? Way to go! The ally toss on the Mech Explosion finds the double kill into Muradin and Dahaka, and Lucia looks to chase into top lane onto Hopaka. This Hogger. Soundwave is going to be there. Diva sustained damage is pretty good. The body blocking is nice as well. Banana trying to get some heals onto this Knoll. It looks like there will be a well tap as well. Tassadar in mid lane pushing up. Does have the Electric Fence level 4. Went into Psionic Echo at level 7. So Psystorm build, which kind of expected here. Chromie damage is really good, and Muradin will take down the Tassadar. Did not think that was going to happen right there. Warbreaker for Garrosh is done at level 1. Lucio rounds the corner, gets hit with a Time Trap. Sandblast will connect. flank from Dahaka. Medivh currently at 31 stacks, make it 32 off of this Dahaka here. Portal set up, and they'll be able to back away just safely. The Punisher in the mid lane will get the gate. The 2 towers remain, as well as the fort. Speaking of 2 towers, it's about that time to rewatch Lord of the Rings trilogy. God, I love 2 towers. Sledgehammer for the Muradin also gives you get extra damage to non-heroic targets with the Storm Bolt, but you also have cooldown reduction post level 10. It goes from a 1 second to a 1.25 per basic attack, so it's pretty nice with that. Hogger with a shallow bounce here in bottom lane. We'll be able to clear this out with the help of Banana Nano. Uh-oh, Masquerade. He dead. Asadar finds the last little bit of damage needed. 10 talents here, almost here on both sides. Let's cycle through the other numbers. Let's find out where this experience gap is formed. Is it minions? Like, it's 5-1 in kills. You'd think that Deep Dive Extreme would be the ones further ahead in experience. Obviously not the case here. Let's find out why that is. Arcane Punisher for the top lane. Should be announced in about a minute or so. Let's see here. Minions is about 2k, which is basically going to equate to the heroic advantage on the right. So there you go. Minion experience. And mercenaries as well. Minion and mercenaries. Mercenaries is about double. A little bit more. See, chat? It goes to show, just because you win team fights doesn't mean you're gonna you win the macro. You might win the micro of a game, but if you're losing out a macro, I mean, it can be a slow burn to death. Thank you, Ash Mantle, for the clip. Appreciate it, bud. I was actually just looking last night. We haven't had clips made in a while, so thank you. Appreciate that greatly. Medivh scouting. Time Walker Pursuit to do the same. Top lane wave push up onto the fort. Portal set up by Medivh in case allies need to back away. Slowing stands down from the Chromie. Heroics are here. Warlord's challenge. The bunny hop from Diva is going to get activated. Leyline seal from Medivh coming through. The high fives from Lucio as a toilet bowl will push back the enemies. The Medivh baseline stack is done. Time to portal in and play aggressive. Surdath is going to activate the essence available. Chastise misses onto anyone. Muradin Dwarf tossing in the backline. Stormbolt will connect. That's going to be a Diva Mech Explosion. Light Bomb onto Dahaka as well. The Mech Explosion gets no value as Dahaka burrows at the last second. Slowing Sands. A little bit of essence activated. And Lucio does go down. A second kill in total for the side of COPIUM. So yeah, Slowing Sands, Light Bomb, Hortipult, Isolation, and Avatar. On the opposing side, you got your Warlord Challenge, Leyline Seal, High Five, Black Hole, or the Toilet Bowl, and a Diva Bunny Hop. Well, the Diva in bird form, scouting, gonna try and steal a couple of these skeletal defenders away. Masquerade chilling in the bush. Stormbolt into Chastise. Garrosh gets chunked a little bit here. Groundbreaker onto Masquerade. There's going to be a DC, so we're probably going to jump out of the game here. So let's jump out. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome in, Cav. Hopefully your stream last night was a good time. We are back into this mix. We are in our second objective phase of this map. As Anduin goes down in the rejoin to Medivh damage. We have a portal set up again. Everyone jumps out of the objective pit. 17 to 20 in Skeletal Defenders, favoring the side of Deep Dive Extreme. We are here in the upper bracket, by the way. Loser of the series heads down to the lower bracket tomorrow morning, and the winner goes on to our upper bracket final coming up next. So we do have this objective over to the side of Deep Dive Extreme, a 4-kill advantage. And as I mentioned before, the mercenaries and the minion experience is really what's making up for this the kill difference. You can see right there, mercenaries 2,340 to 750, and then the minion 22,579 to 19,977. So really making up in that department, but it's 13s on both sides. We do have Diva clearing things out in bottom. Punisher in top lane will clear out the Fallen Shaman and get this fort taken down. There was a dive onto Tassadar in the top lane previously, so he's going to play a little bit safe here, but does see a few of the enemies, I think. Dahaka showing in bottom. Lucio also kind of floating around in any sort of flank position. Leyline Seal goes out. Punisher jumps onto Masquerade, who gets chunked down to 50%. No Avatar activation. Warlord's challenge was attempted. I don't think it found anyone. Punisher gets fort and almost the entire keep front gate. Really good siege. Minion Wave doing a lot of damage as well. The Haka scouted in the bush, looks for the drag on to Yoshiro. Won't be able to do so. Deep with more little arcane rifts here and there. Did finish out that level 1. Chastise, Piercing Light at 2 stacks. Garrosh, Warbreaker done as well. And that's all the questing talents we got going on. I didn't see when the Punisher went down, but let's take a guess and say around 13 minutes in game time. Somewhere in that ballpark, as that's a good drag onto Lucio. The Force of Will denies that damage. The Black Hole from Dacitar thrown out as well. Hortebolt in from the Hogger. Diva Bunny Hop gets activated. Gets one little stun onto Serdat. The second one comes out as well. Mech Explosion, Warlord's Challenge. And the toss of the mech into Masquerade and Banana almost takes them down. Dahaka lands a good drag. The slowing sands are there, and Garrosh is not able to back away. Lucio gets the Force of Will, able to push off and head towards the mid lane wave. Alpaca a little bit low, but looks like Diva was a little bit lower. Does tap the well. Hogger starts working on a bottom lane camp. Another kill picked up by Copium, and Deep Dive Extreme look to clear out waves and set up for the next objective. But as I said, it's still like a two or so minutes away. So death timers will come through. They should be able to have 16 talents here in time. Chrome using time traps to eat tower shots so that they can siege in the bottom lane fort, pending the next Punisher. As I mentioned, Mortar in the bottom lane. Looks like Dahaka got mech from Diva, landed the isolation on the mech there. Good drag! Good drag from Dahaka here, is able to take down the Diva pilot. A Groundbreaker is going to be the final bit of damage, but a nice kill. Pulling up more experience to the side of Copium. Deep Dive Extreme. I feel like they're starting to struggle in the late game. The big thing to mention, though, with this level 16 is going to be the Temporal Flux for the Medivh. You've also got Psychic Shock as well from the Tacitar for a little extra damage on that Psystorm. Drag lands into Garrosh, a portal set up. Force of Will is there. Muradin stepping up. Portapult in from the Hogger. Warlord's Challenge. Leyline Seal comes out. Groundbreaker to follow that up. Lucio, Tacitar here. There's going to be a Black Hole thrown out. Lucio bopped into the wall. Groundbreaker once again going out. Okay. Time Walker's Pursuit has vision of this camp being grabbed, and our next objective is here. Right around 13 minutes in game time. We're at 12 minute 50-ish. So Fallen Shaman for top lane. Dahaka will show in lane, so they know it's 4v5 for the time being until the assumption, or the assumed Brushstock in. Hogger square bounce is set up. There's a flank Brushstock in from the Dahaka right now, trying to find Medivh or somebody. High fives from Lucio, the Leyline Seal. There's a Light Bomb as well. Muradin Dwarf Toss will continue after the Leyline Seal ends. No connection with that. Slowing Sands from Chromie. No level 20 or no level 18 yet for her, so no unraveling just yet, but the Slowing Sands will be canceled out. We do have Diva stopped for the time being. Mech Explosion. Nuclear option as well. Looks like it's going to be stopped, which zones a little bit. Black Hole from Tacitar. There's a Leap of Faith on the Serdat to pull them to safety, and Muradin will be the one to go down. Hogger gets an awkward bounce, and I think he might be in a precarious position, as the objective phase will go over to the side of Copium. Deep Dive Extreme looking for more kills and won't find any. Or maybe they do into this Dahaka. Punisher jumps over. Dahaka burrows. And no kill into Dahaka. Nicely done. Medivh birds up. And bottom fort was already taken down. Copium looks to push on to keep front gate. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we did have that Fallen Shaman pushing things up with a catapult, which will fixate onto the keep. Dahaka's going to step up. Dark Swarm, drag the catapult, all that good stuff, and take care of that there. Let's go ahead and jump back into our talents here as 20's getting close. It is the Unraveling for Chromie, a well-designed and balanced talent. Like Medivh. If you can't tell, I'm being sarcastic. So, with 3 kill advantage, the map is pretty equal. We have mid fort to mid fort, bottom fort to top fort, and top fort is gone. Keep front gate taken down. Same thing in the bottom lane. So kind of mirrored over the middle there for these two teams, or down the middle actually. Tessiter. Sorry, just the way that they were doing that was just silly. Yeah, realistically, COPIUM just wait for 20. They don't have to do anything. Next Punisher is still probably like a minute and a half or so away. Maybe less or more. Alright, Arcane Punisher for the top lane. And here comes 20 on the side of COPIUM. Deep Dive Extreme still have at least 75% of a level. Censure, no control, isolation, and rewind. I was going to say, I don't think Deep Dive Extreme wants this fight. They're going to try and defend the fort. It's not going to work out. The Leyline Seal comes out. No control from Hogger bouncing around as well. There's going to be a portal set up by Medivh. Hopaka getting a little bit low. Asta, Hortapult away. The Black Hole does connect. Drag from Dahaka missing. It does have the Tunneling Claws level 16, so no elongated tongue, but still working on 20. No objective announcement yet, but I think we should be getting close. Medivh, floating above, does have his baseline stacks done. Half a level to go for that 20 on the right. And I'm assuming with objective timer and everything, we should be seeing 20v20 fight. And in top lane, there's no fort available on either side. Keep front gate was already weakened, so if this is won by the side of Deep Dive Extreme, they might be able to end map 1 here. They have been kind of trailing for this. Don't know what it says about the rest of the series, but maybe they're waking up. I guess reawakening, because they did play in a best of 3 earlier. So D.Va shows in the bottom lane. Enemy team tries to invade this camp, but no one's on it. Portal set up by Medivh. Garrosh steps in. The Warlord challenges big onto 3. Slowing sands from Chromie. The Leyline Seal is there. D.Va with the Buddy Hop thrown in, and she's got the pop and lock level 20. They're going to be able to take down Hogger. Anduin with this D.Va. Can they stay in the chase? They're looking for more with the Force Barrier level 20. Serdath is able to back away for now, but Lucio chasing in. Reverse amp is active. Speed boost for the allies. Force wall for the Tassadar. Locks down this Dahaka, and that'll be him taken out as well. Muradin, Chromie alive, but a portal set up by Medivh quickens the rotation to top lane. D.Va left to the objective. The rest of the team hard push top lane. Love the call. Very smart. Bottom lane wave is going to crash onto this keep, but I don't think the members of Deep Dive Extreme care too much. They want to try and end with this objective. Deep gets chunked a bit. Portal set up. Slowing sands to zone. They get the keep down to about, let's say, 25 less percent. And that's guaranteed with this Punisher. Mid fort is getting low. Medivh floating over for that one. Bottom lane keep is being assailed by double catapult. No spawning wave. Actually, it looks like Medivh's heading down to bottom. Ashmantle is now the top clipper. Congratulations, Ashmantle. Nicely done, bud. Do you have any words of wisdom for the kids in school? Impaler came grabbed over here. Fallen Shaman there. Medivh does push out bottom. Those catapults did a lot of damage. But I think this is... I would say, if this was a gambling game... or if these were gamblers, Deep Dive Extreme are all in on this push to win. Double Impaler mid. Impaler bottom. Alright. Let's see if it's a game-winning push. Blue team has destroyed the fort. Punisher jumps over onto Muradin. Bunny hop from D.Va. Trying to play off the Leyline Seal, the Warlord challenge. The pop and lock right there. Slowing sands come down from Chromie as well. Punisher pulled over to mid for a moment. It actually looks like the Punisher does stick onto mid, but meanwhile, Hogger displaced will be taken down. D.Va, mech is getting a little bit low. There's the mech explosion activated. Nuclear option, they throw it in, and Serdath almost goes down from that one. Punisher remembers that it can just siege onto the core. Murden gets the light bomb from Anduin, but a miscommunication. No connection. Leyline Seal from Medivh comes out as well. Surdeath lands the drag. A Leap of Faith pulls Dahaka to safety, but this is going to be map number 1 over to the side of Deep Dive Extreme. A little bit of back and forth, but in the end, they take this Infernal Shrines. Ashmantle's words of wisdom to the kids in school is be kind. How wholesome. Welcome back, everybody. We are here in map number 2 of our third best of 3 of the day. We've got Copium on the left side down in the series, opting in for first pick priority. Map choice will come out from Deep Dive Extreme on the right in the red. So we do have Dragonshire, first pick to the left side. It is Meta Madness style of draft, so the 10 heroes we saw in the previous map, Diva, Dahaka, Medivh, etc., all of those are unavailable, but the bans at the top during that draft are not carrying over into the next game, so only 10 heroes of the 90 are unavailable. Imperius was unbanned for this tournament, so we could see some Imperius. We did see him earlier today, and that was it. I was in the cinema for Flow recently. Interesting, but still left me some disappointment. I heard really good things about Flow. That's the one with, like, the cat on the cover of it, right? Do you need to discuss, do you need 30 minutes to discuss how they changed the windows on top of Padme Skyscraper in, Kursakan? I forgot how to pronounce that place. No, did they? Yes. Did they actually figure out how? Also, yes. They found some window-changing droids in a book. That is actually crazy cool, Stark. That actually is crazy cool. Star Wars 1 through 6 and Rogue One are great movies. I like the movies. Disney sadly ruined everything. Rogue One is like one of my favorite Star Wars movies. It's one of my favorite Star Wars movies because it's nice and encapsulated. Anyways, some bans coming through. We do have a Johanna Junkrat banned away by the side of Copium. Deep Dive Extreme gets rid of the Vikings and the Maiev. First pick, Hanzo. I hear nothing but good stuff about Andor. I hear, like, so much good stuff about Andor. I think a lot of people are split on Mandalorian. I think, like, a lot of people are really split on it. The Obi-Wan TV show, a lot of people like that one as well. I'm really excited for the Darth Maul thing. I love Darth Maul. I think there's so much cool stuff with him. Brightwing Blaze will be the one to punch at the start from Deep Dive Extreme. With the Hanzo on Dragonshire. He needs some extra burst on top of that. Okay. I'd like to see a mage here, like a Ghoul Dan would be really nice. Jaina could work out with this as well. Li Ming could be a pick as well on top of this. I don't know when Rogue One came out. I remember I was living in Michigan. I want to say Rogue One came out in 2014? 2013, 2014. Somewhere in there, I think. Samuro will be banned away. Sorry, I'm a little distracted right now. Samuro and Genji will be removed. That's an immediate jump onto Vala with ETC. Okay. Li Ming could be the last pick on the right side to deal with this, to use Disintegrate on Cocoon targets. What do they want for the left side? I feel like the Hanzo's not enough. I feel like you need more. You still need a solo laner and you need something else in the bottom lane. They could go for another Bruiser and then, like, they could go for Thrall if they wanted. I still like the idea of a mage here, like a Li Ming or something. I really like that poke potential.
Victory for the Forsaken.
Sustained damage is good. Mobility is great. She's got some spell power. The Sylvanas slots in really nicely. The Orc is nice for the solo lane. Into the Blaze. Now, is it a hyper carry Vala? Will they lean into like a Zarya for the Vala? Will they go into a another Bruiser? Will they pick up a Mage for some burst? The wave clear is like okay-ish. on the side of Deep Dive Extreme. I prefer a mage here, but I think they could go into a bruiser.
Unbridled energy.
Kerrigan will be the last pick. Rogue One is so good. Yeah, I agree, Carol. How you doing, bud? Well, either way, the Twitch prediction is going, and Kerrigan will be the last pick. It's good aggression. I think this is going to be a very step forward, not step forward, a very front to back play style for Deep Dive Extreme, in the sense of they're just going to run at the enemy team's face. They're not going to try and sneak into the back line. Maybe we'll see a flank or two here or there, but I think this is literally just going to be playing front to back and just whittling through the enemy. Very curious how it's all going to unfold. Isn't Rexstar the king of Dragonshire? No. The king of Dragonshire is the duh. It's the left-hand side of the map is going to be Copium with your Holpaka, Sylvanas, Nano, Hanzo, Banana, Rhaegar, Sirdath on the Leoric, and Masquerade and Nubarak. Right side will be the crew of Deep Dive Extreme looking to go into the upper bracket final. Coming up next, potentially, we'll be looking at our Shizakid, ETC, Yoshiro, Vala, Dead Inside on the Kerrigan, Virgil Blaze, and Darnowski will be the Brightwing. Looks like we have some Discord problems, so we'll just pull away the map and stuff. And we can leave you here if you'd like to make a Twitch prediction based off of the level 1s you see or who's on what. Yeah, his Hanzo is really good, but Nano's Hanzo is really good too. Wait, it's a shame Holpaka's off lane? What do you mean off lane? That's Sirdath. Holpaka's playing Sylvanas. Huh? Holpaka's playing Sylvanas, which is a standard pick for them. Nano Hanzo, Sirdath Leoric, yeah, no. I'm pretty sure that's disc problems. Oh, I'm sorry, not Discord, disc. They need a whole new disc. Is it JoJo Bizarre Adventure or is it a Monster Rancher disc? My bad. I'm just waking up. That's okay. That's okay. It happens to all of us, my friend. I mean, I've only been awake since 5 a.m. and it's currently 11. Only a casual 6 hours of being awake. Today's a long day, though. Oh, It's the Heroes of the Storm disc. You have one, at least the box. All right, we got readies. All right, Gamble's gonna close out soon, but there you go. Get everything back on your screen right there for just competitive integrity. But we already induced all the players. ETC going to be going Block Party level 1. You've got Fury of the Swarm for the Kerrigan, Greater Polymorph Brightwing, Adrenaline Stimpack for the Blaze. I assume Vala's going to be going into Creed of the Hunter. And she is. We got a Target Practice Hanzo. Consume Vitality for Leoric, so probably the Ghastly Reach at level 4. We'll see Colossal Totem. This is going to be Might of the Banshee Queen for Sylvanas, and a Legion of Beetles for Anubarak. They look to do some bush shenanigans here. They find nobody. I think Kerrigan might have actually seen that. You're going to bed at like an hour before you got up? Yeah, I went to bed at like 8 p.m. last night. Around 8 p.m. last night is when I went to bed. Kerrigan ravages into Banana, who's in the wolf run, trying to get out of here. Virgil maybe going to head them off at the pass, but no, the Orcs in top lane here. Has a skeleton swing. Wait a second. Rhaegar, Jet Propulsion, Dead Inside, chases out, and that'll be Rhaegar, first blood to the side of Deep Dive Extreme. Down over in the mid area, we do have a lot of sustained damage. Vala's taken down by Sylvanas. Traded kills, but I think that trade is more beneficial to the left-hand side of Copium. Vala down to 20% bonus attack speed with her Creed of the Hunter Gambit. Unfortunate for the Valas. They're going to delay out the Bruiser camp here. Rhaegar working on the left-hand side. Blaze gets the top. Sunshrine. ETC and Nubrak in bottom. Still neutral on the Moonshrine down over here. Yeah, also don't ever say that I don't love this game because, you know, sacrificing my sleep, my weekends, my everything. I do it for you, Twitch chat. And the Here's the Storm community. The sustained damage from the Vala onto the wave, getting that hatred at max and holding it there. We do have a little Death Dealer. This is the one thing I need to work on for Death Dealer Vala. Or auto attack Vala is that vault last hit onto the minion, because increase the vault basic attack damage bonus from 6 to 15% per stack of hatred. If this attack kills a victim within 1.5 seconds, mana cost and refund the vault, the cooldown of vault are refunded, which is really, really nice. Apologies, Sylvanas does go down to the top lane, as we were taking a look at that talent tooltip. So second kill over to the side of Deep Dive Extreme. And as a reminder, winner goes into the upper bracket final coming up next. And winner of that punches their ticket to the playoffs in 2 weeks. And they get to sit back and just watch the games. Loser will drop down to the lower bracket, and they'll have a chance tomorrow in the lower bracket play day. Explosive arrow for Hanzo, a little extra wave clear, bed of barbs. We do have that ghastly reach with the consume vitality combo. Nubrak in mid lane getting hit with a power slide from ETC, a little face melt to push him back. Did go in for loud speakers level 4. Kerrigan with the sharpened blades at level 4 as well. 21 of 75 stacks. Rhaegar trying to go for the channel, but it looks like Vala got bottom lane neutraled. Hanzo gets that back in control. Surdath going for the channel on this. Dead inside, jumping in. Brightwing, magic. Actually, no, she went unstable anomaly level 4 and has the soothing mist level 7. That's a really good Kerrigan combo into ETC face melt. And that'll be a Nubrak taken down. Kerrigan Ravage is in again. Surdath is low and gets picked off by Vala. Freedom Exporters, yeah, they got dropped down to the lower bracket, Carol. They had a really good game 1, and I think game 2 really took it out of them. They had like a 30-plus minute game up against a Cho'Gall, and it was just, I wouldn't say like a slow burn. They definitely had some shining moments, but it definitely was sort of the light fading from that entire map, the entire, like, post-level 10, or post-level 16, sorry. It really felt like the entire game was just spiraling against them.
The Dragon Knight shall reduce you to souls.
Don't forget to save before you swap discs. Oh man, Final Fantasy. Heroics are almost here. Level 8's already been picked up. Let's cycle through the other numbers. Sorry, I'm reminiscing. I'm having nostalgia for Final Fantasy disc swapping all of a sudden. Dragonite was picked up by the side of Deep Dive Extreme. It's not going to get too much value here in mid, it seems. A few Flame Breaths onto the wave. Not much damage onto the fort front gate. Leoric is going to come in with a big skeletal swing onto the wave. Jet Propulsion finds this Leoric. Kerrigan Ravage is in. The Wraithwalk active. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Brightwing has no blink heal, and she'll be taken down. 2 to 4 in kills, favoring the side of DDX, but Brightwing going down. That's a good chunk of experience over the left side squad. Leoric got kicked away by the Savage Charge. I was looking at the minimap. I was like, how did he end up over there so quickly? DC looking to back away. I think he went in for a power slide. Face Melt is good to delay things out once, but he's inevitably going to be taken down. Even though they lost a couple members, 10 Talents here does come through on the right side first, and followed up by the left. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Cocoon Entomb. I think Leoric went fishing for one, utilizing that immediately. Ancestor Healing, Dragon's Arrow, and I assume Sylvanas is Wailing. Could be Mind Control, honestly. Right side, we're going to see an ETC Mosh Pit, Rain of Vengeance, Ultralisk, Bunker, and Blink Heal. So waiting on Sylvanas 10. You know what pissed me off about Metal Gear Solid as a kid? It is Mind Control, by the way. Is finding Meryl's codec, because I had bought the game used, and it didn't have the actual proper insert. So I didn't know Meryl's, like, codec. And I remember I was like frustrated and I was like ranting to my older brother about it. And he's like, dude, it's just on the back of the thing. And I'm like, but I don't have the thing. So this is before the internet. We called up his best friend who has the game. He opened up the thing and then over the phone told it to me. And then I wrote it down on a slip of paper. That's how you did it in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Power remains. Control the shrines.
Couldn't just pop on the internet. Haunting wave from Sylvanas. Clearing things out with the unstable poison level 4 as well on this top lane wave. And it's 12-12 in our levels. A slight experience advantage to the side of COPIUM, who did find a couple mid-game kills. Rain of Vengeance, decent damage onto a new break. The Jet Propulsion from Blaze comes through, and Banana's going to be the target. The self-cast Ancestral will be coming through. Masquerade now being slowed. There's an attune from Leoric to try and delay things out. The Dragon's Arrow from about bottom lane will connect. And the fight, the skirmish, it's all halted from Deep Dive Extreme. So, Moonshrine held by Deep Dive Extreme. Sunshrine will be picked up by the crew of COPIUM as Nubrak burrows in. The bunker comes down from Blaze in time to mitigate the CC. Ultralisk was summoned by Dead Inside as well. Ravage out from Kerrigan, 74, 75 stacks. Finishes out her Sharpened Blades, level 13 faster on the right. Arrow going out from Hanzo. Still working on that level 1. Let's take a look here and see what is missing for Hanzo. He needs to hit Blaze and Brightwing. Blaze twice, Brightwing once, but he has hit everybody one time, so he does have a 30% range increase. 13 on both sides. Sylvanas does pick up another Shadow Dagger. Mind Control misses on to the CTC, who power slides into the bush looking for a Mosh Pit. Sylvanas still goes down to the Brightwing, who was set inside a cocoon by Masquerade. Burrow charging to the side. Kerrigan with a beautiful read. Hanzo lets loose a Dragon Arrow point blank, but it does nothing to dissuade Deep Dive Extreme from living up to the name here. Vala, a little too aggressive. Vaults in to try and take down Nano. Ravage in from Kerrigan. ETC power sliding onto this Leoric, who is going to be able to Wraith walk away with the Ominous Wraith at level 13. Hanzo does finish out as level 1, poking at the enemies here. And Vala, that was her second death if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
Red team has
Vala's second death, so down to 15% on bonus attack. Speed. Chrysalis for Kerrigan, 7-4 in kills, and it's looking okay for the side of Deep Dive Extreme in this map number 2 to make it a 2-0. Still a ways to go on all of that, though. Propulsion lands in Sylvanas. She's unable to get the teleport. Phase shift from Brightwing. Polymorph is there. Blaze damage is good, and Brightwing Magic Spit steals the kill. Huge damage output. My gosh. Vala will finish out this camp for the bottom right. Looks like Bruiser camp was grabbed as well, and then Siege Giants are pushed out by the side of COPIUM, but I don't think they're going to be getting into lane much further. Nubrak Rhaegar chilling in the bush. Burrow charge focusing onto the Vala. ETC face melt. He's got a Dragon's Arrow connecting as well. Cocoon. Vala's going to try and vault away. Beautiful combo from COPIUM to get the kill into Vala. She's down to 10%, but meanwhile in mid lane, Brightwing jumps inside the Dragonite. Kick on to Hanzo.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
If we can't truly own games nowadays, then piracy is no longer theft, in your opinion? I think that's a very general statement because I don't think that applies to everything. There's a lot of smaller devs that are very much worthy of your money and you shouldn't pirate. But I think a lot of AAA studios are extremely greedy and they don't respect their employees, so yeah, maybe them. But like, people like From Software, like they pay their employees well. The Expedition 33 game, they're a small dev team and they did a phenomenal job and they should be supported. Lies of P, the studio that does Liza P. We can talk about Liza P. The studio that does Liza P, literally, because the DLC hit a milestone of sales, all of the employees that worked on Liza P DLC got a Switch 2 and a bonus or a vacation. I forget which one, but they got a Switch 2 and some money or a vacation. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like the big game who's the studio that literally there's the game The Crew, and it was like Ubisoft who's like literally removed people's copy of The Crew from their account. Yes, then I feel like that's fair. But the people who are working on Hades and Hollow Knight, those people should be supported. That's my 2 cents. It's not a black and white thing. And anyways, pause went through, little delay, whatever. There's gonna be a scatter into Vala. She goes down. Oh, the ancestral into Banana. Selfcast does connect to Brightwing inside this cocoon. Bunker comes down from Blaze as well. Ominous Wraith with the royal focus from the Leoric. Big Entomb. Burrow charge from Anubrak. Impale follows it up. ETC has a face melt to try and create some space. Doesn't have the Encore level 13 for extra knockback, and it is going to be a double kill picked up by the side of Copium after the pause comes through. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, though, Catapult pushing up onto the keep front gate. Yeah, Baldur's Gate, exactly, yeah. But yeah, like, if Blizzard literally started, like, removing heroes from... this is a very extreme example, but if, like, Blizzard started removing heroes you own and you had to rebuy them, that would be, like... Obviously, we don't pirate this game, but, you know, like that'd be like, all right, Blizzard, you're being egregious. I no longer have respect for you. And unfortunately, it's not the devs that get to make that decision. It's the shareholders. Gotta get that money. It's all about that stock. You know, you make good games with stock, not dev. We got 20s coming up on both sides. We're looking at a level and a half for both teams, 7 to 8 in kills, and our third Dragonite phase will be spawning soon. The first two have gone over to Deep Dive Extreme. As we came out of that pause, it looks like we are going to be having a bit of a multi-kill, and it does pull the experience in closer for both, but does still seem like Deep Dive Extreme are leading in that department. Let's actually take a look here really quickly. Where are they leading? Mercenaries, of course. Minions are a little bit behind. Passive is pretty high. Structure as well from the mid and bottom forts being taken down. So it all adds up slowly but surely. Savannah set up in the bush. Blizzard forgot about HOTS? No, they didn't forget about us. You remember that one time when there was the online BlizzCon, or the last BlizzCon in person, and for Heroes of the Storm, they had an online video of Carbot animating Hogger? Man, see, Blizzard thought of us. That was the most bullshit. That was the most tilting thing. Like, Heroes of the Storm panel! And I love Carbot, nothing against them, but it was like super dumb. It's like, here's an hour of Carbot animating in Flash. Okay. Burrow charge from Anubrak. Mind control goes out as well. Call of the Dark Lady will be the 20. ETC power slides in. Dragon's Arrow connects the Ancestor. Healing with the Farseer's Blessing will be there. Splashing to allies around. We do currently have Kerrigan jumping inside that bunker. It's not fortified. It is going to be a Burn Notice Blaze Entomb with the Buried Alive coming in for the flank from Leoric. Huge damage into Brightwing as ETC falls as well. His level 20, by the way, was Ride the Lightning, his new unique level 20. As we have that Call of the Dark Lady, Bullseye, Farseer's Blessing, Buried Alive, and Traitor King for Anubrak. Meanwhile, ETC with the... It's actually... I'm wrong, sorry. That's Power of the Horde. That's the other new one that he has, his unique AoE shield. I misread the talent there. I thought I saw Bolt. Vala with Creed of the Hunter. We do actually have Psionic Shift for the Kerrigan, a 70-second cooldown. Mind Control goes fishing on the Virgil, doesn't find the Blaze. They're pushing in through the Death Bridge for some weird Oh, no, it's not a weird reason. It's because this lane is the only lane that has a fort down, and the members of COPIUM want to try and take us to a map 3, and with death timers anywhere from 17 to 23 seconds on 3 heroes, this could be a game-winning moment. Let's pull away the talents and see what we got going on here. 8 seconds on Brightwing. Dragonite really healthy on Core. I do think this should be a GG as Vala gets hit with a Dragon's Arrow. Savage Charge onto her as well. Mind Control goes out onto Blaze. There's a lot of blue health bars low, but that Dragonite is way too healthy. And GG, well played. Map number 2 goes over to the side of COPIUM. Ladies and gentlemen, this series, it ain't over yet. I didn't hear about that, actually. Oh, really? Yeah, It was either the last BlizzCon or it was the online BlizzCon. I forget which one it was. I think it was the last BlizzCon. And they had like a Heroes of the Storm, like, because there's a schedule so you can like filter by game. And so there was a Heroes of the Storm thing, and it was literally like an hour of Carbot animating Hogger in, for like a Carbot short in Flash. And that just felt awful. Like, at least at the last in-person BlizzCon, I guess not the last one, but the 2019 BlizzCon? Yes? 2018, sorry. My math is so... at least we had the Deathwing panel, you know? We actually had a HOTS developer panel, which was nice, but, yeah. Well, you all know the dealio. We're going to run some ads. We're going to get ready for map number 3. Winner goes on into our upcoming best of 3 upper bracket final. So we still have at least 3 maps, maximum 4. We're going to run ads. You know the deal.
Cursed Hollow.
Welcome back, everybody. Map number 3 in the Murky Cup qualifier number 2. We're in day number 1. We still have the lower bracket tomorrow. So this is map 3 of a best of 3. Winner goes on to the upper bracket final. Loser, well, they're going to be down in the lower bracket to gatekeep some enemy teams tomorrow. Cursed Hollow will be map number 2. It's going to be map number 3. Deep Dive Extreme on the right side opted in for map pick priority as the losing team, actually. So this will be first pick going over the side of COPIUM. COPIUM, what are they going to be banning here? As a reminder, this is Meta Madness, so the 20 heroes we just saw in map 1 and 2 are unavailable. They do not need to be banned, and bans don't carry over, so we're going to be seeing probably a little bit of a slower draft at this time, because usually teams are like, okay, what's still available? Are they going to go for bounties? I like the Vikings ban here, just getting rid of that opportunity for the global factor. Speaking of global factors, though, we've already seen Dahaka, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, on map 1, Sir Death played it. The previous map, we saw a Darnowski Brightwing, if I'm not mistaken. Falstad's still up. Abathur's still up. Great map for both of them. Hanzo's already been played. Abathur will be banned away, so they're going to get rid of that. Is there a consideration for a Falstad ban? Gust is really good. The Flight is amazing. Nope, they're going to target Samuro. Steam Summer Sale is coming up. I got no money in my budget for any games outside. Right now, the only games I have budgeted for is the new Metal Gear that's coming out in August. I'm going to get that for PlayStation 5, and we're going to stream that. And then I think there's like 1 or 2 other games this year that I'm going to be playing, but yeah. Also, good to see you, Umberwolf. What's up, bud? Sorry, I missed you there. Snuck right in between our conversation. Hopefully your Saturday's treating you well. Johanna and Thrall. Very simple 1-2 start. Junkrat picked up on the left-hand side. Leads me to believe this will be a Stitches composition. They could literally grab Malfurion and Stitches right here. Medivh's already been played, so you don't have to worry about Medivh portaling in to deny that. A new Barak was already played as well, so you don't have to deal with Cocoon shutting you down. So yeah, realistically, this would be a great Stitches Malfurion. Oh! We are going single target deletion comp. Unless this is Twin Blades variant. It could be Twin Blades variant. That is a bounty. You spent your extra budget on some new golf clubs. It's going to be rough resisting. You know what? Anytime you get the urge to buy a game, go look at your golf clubs. That or just go golfing instead. Ban on the right side in the mid-ban phase will get rid of the false stats, so they get rid of the gust and stuff like that. Left side with the Johanna Thrall. I guess they could target a healer. I want to say Anduin's been played, Brightwing's been played, Rhaegar's been played. I think Stukov is up. Just thinking of like good healers for this. Karazim is aggressive, but could be an option. Lili's available as well. Chen was banned away, so they can't do the Panda Pals, but it is going to be a hammer ban, so they don't want to deal with that. Okay. Next two picks coming out. With Johanna Thrall, it's a little divey. They could go into a Grey Mane. He's got great sustain damage, decent wave clear. He can be aggressive into the enemy team. There's the Stukov for the healer. I really like the idea of the Grey Mane. Ooh. Okay, damage over time from Lunara. I like to see it. Good vision to provide as well. Go golfing and look your clubs. Whoa, Red, that's wait. You can't do both. How you doing today, bud? Cheers. Happy Saturday. I got some tea. No beer today for me. I have to be a responsible boy. I'm running a tabletop session later, so I don't want to show up intoxicated. I'm also gonna get Taco Bell to stream, so I wanna be able to drive. Zeratul Li Ming, very aggressive composition from Copium here. Very, very aggressive. I'm assuming it's gonna be a charge taunt variant, and then Li Ming, Zeratul, Junkrat. Yeah, that's really scary. But it is a bit of a thin front line here, so I would actually like to see Deep Dive Extreme go for some sustain damage. Oh, you know what also?
Fine.
You know what also? Thrall, Spirit Shield. Lunara, Greater Spell Shield. Johanna, Iron Skin. Stukov, hopefully is not getting hit by much spell damage. Alarak, I don't think he has spell armor or anything like that, but still, this is a really good draft. I like this a ton. Twitch Gamble is going, and we're going to find out who's going to the upper bracket final. So we still have one more best of 3 after this. Still have one more best of 3, so get your gambles in. Get ready for a great game. You could be responsibly buzzed. Yeah, but that happens during the session. That happens during the session, not before. I'm not gonna pre-game my D&D. Finally. It took me a second there, Stark, to realize that you were quoting him. I was like, finally what? Oh, Alarak, right. On the right side, looking to shut down the reverse sweep of the enemy, it's going to be Deep Dive Extreme with Virgil on your Thrall. You're looking at a Yashiro Lunara. Shizakid will be your Johanna. Darnowski is on the Stukov, and dead inside with Alarak. Left side of the map is going to be Copium, looking for the reverse sweep in this best of 3 into the upper bracket final. Nano, Junkrat, Surdath, Zeratul, Hopaka on the Li Ming. We got Masquerade variant, and Banana.
Let the battle begin.
Banana throws a wisp, and it hits the Stukov. GG, well played. Looking at Boz, that he's always buzzed. Okay, all right. I see what you did there. Okay. Alarak has the no button. Oh, you are correct with that. You are correct with that, my friend. I'm going to go ahead and do this, and we'll stay in the game right now. Did that shut off music? No. The pause did. We're going to stay in the game for the time being. We'll just turn off the map and stuff, just in case you want to see the level 1s while we're in this pause for the Twitch Gamble. So for level 1s, we are looking at a Aetherwalker Li Ming. You've got your Lunar Blaze for the Tyrande. We got Junkrat with Blow 'em Up, and I'd like to see him go into the Boom Pow at level 4, because there's a really good synergy with that. Or is it Blow 'em Up? No, Blow 'em Up is level 1, Boom Pow is level 4. And so basically, like, you get a... You set your Concussion Mine cooldown to 6 seconds if you hit an enemy hero. And then the Blow 'em Up activation time is, guess what? 6 seconds. So there's a really good synergy between those two talents. We'll see if they go into it as we're back into the mix. We have the Mine Hunter for Zeratul. We have also got Lion's Fang for Lion's Maw for the Varian. On the opposing side, Alarak is going to be going into Ruthless Momentum level 1, Sentinel Wisp for the Lunara, Zealous Glare Johanna, Rolling Thunder for the Thrall, and you've got your Reactive Ballista Spores, right? Yeah, for the Stukov at level 1. That has to go to the Owl. Welcome back, Ninja. See, I told you you wouldn't miss many games. I'm assuming you're done with all your grocery shopping. Or was that a while ago? Have you been back for a while and I just honestly haven't noticed? If so, whoops, my bad. Sentinel checks out this camp over here. Thrown from the bottom left. Alarak backs away in bottom lane. Taps well, almost dove on by Masquerade. And Zeratul. Still just waiting for level 4s. I assume it's going to be taunt for Varian. We don't have any bounties being attempted here. Magic Missiles poking in here and there. Arcane Orb. Good root from Thrall. No level 4, no Frostwolf pack. In the bottom lane, Lunara's got a Wisp over here, and the vision from that Sentinel Wisp is providing great vision into the Zeratul, even when he's fully invisible. Looks like he might go check and see if he can clear that away, but it's not in that bush above him. Oh, it was quick for you? Okay, nice. Well, I'm glad to hear. Show of Force with the Alarak, so his max sadism right now can be 150, 130, or 30% from the baseline and 20% achieved from Show of Force. You get 2% every single time you land a combo of all 3 basic abilities within 2 seconds on a single target. A lot of button pressing right there.
Heroes, gather tribute and earn my...
Oh, that's right, Ninja. That's right. We did talk about Hamburger Helper. That's right. Another Sentinel across the map finds the Stukov. Nar working on that camp. Johanna showing in bottom lane up against the Zeratul for the time being. Alarak just playing it safe, backing away. 1 stack for Thrall, by the way, on his level 4 right there. We also got Johanna with Subdue, and it is going to be Chattering Teeth for the Junkrat. He's not going to go blow him up for the synergy with the level 1, but that's going to be decent damage. Concussion Mine blast back the enemy, the lurking arm from the Stukov. No low blow, level 1. Varian charges onto this Johanna. There's a lot of damage over time applied to Nano and Masquerade, but no kill to be found at the time being. They just want to zone around the objective pit, and it looks like, yes, Stukov will get that. The Lunar Flare from Tirana connects onto Dead Inside. The Telekinesis is there, and Alarak loses whatever sadism he has picked up. First kill goes to the side of Copium. Hamburger Helper's comfort food. The other thing with it, too, is that it's really cheap. Varian with a taunt into the Lunar Flare. The Huntress Mark applied, and this Johanna gets low but not taken down. Like, it's $2.50 for the box. It's like a $2 for like a thing of milk. And then the beef I buy at Costco is like $4.50 a pound. So yeah. Pretty cheap in the end. Tyrande will be traded for Thrall. He had no stacks on his level 4. And Varian falls. The Dirty Trickster from Junkrat will trigger, or his Total Mayhem, excuse me, will trigger. No Dirty Trickster level 4. Went into the Sticky Wicket. But Alarak will reduce his max sadism with Applied Force. There's no way to get this back either. And Tyranda's Sentinel misses, trying to delay out objective. 2 out of 3 tributes to the side of DDX, Deep Dive Extreme. Poke from Holpock onto the fort front gate over here. Does have that Seeker. Oh, that noise. Uh-oh, Zeratul in top lane. Gonna jump onto Alarak. Who's the better Protoss? No respectable 1v1. Lunar Flare from Toronto would have confirmed it if he made it into the gate, but unfortunately Thrall can't rotate up in time. 42 and kills. Alarak, whatever sadism he may have had, gone again. Another Sentinel across the map. Does get some vision of the Oh my god, that's brilliant. Lunara feigning that she's Hearthing. She's gonna cancel. Oh, she's not gonna. Okay, never mind. Stukov does get taken down by the Zeratul and friends around, and it looks like it's just a bit of a gank squad for Copium here. They want to move on to that upper bracket final coming up next. Johanna so very low in bottom lane. camera bounce there, sorry. Wave of Force, Shadowstalk, Riptire, Might of the Nerazim, and Shield Wall for the Varian. Go ahead and cycle those numbers. Alarak combo. Does not get the doesn't get the Discord Strike, so Li Ming is able to blink away. Discord Strike having the silence on it. Arcane Orbs being thrown in here as well. Heroic on the right side. No Counter-Strike for Alarak, going aggression with the Deadly Charge. Johanna does go down right there. She had Blessed Shield Heroic. Sundering for Thrall. Leaping Strike, and Stukov, is he Massive Shove or Flailing Swipes? All in the mid lane has to use Sundering to back away. Zeratul blinks in, the Lunar Flare connects the E. There's going to be the Huntress mark applied, and Thrall loses whatever stackage he had on level 4. Boss in the bottom lane will be started out here. Wait a minute, they're going for this though. Alarak is gonna get a kill. Oh my god, what, are you serious? Telekinesis into Discord Strike, the double kill, the triple kill will be set up. Boss invaded and stolen. Junkrat's got Chattering Teeth and a Concussion Mind. Johanna's like, yeah, you can't activate that from being dead. Thrall heads to top lane to go deal with Zeratul. Is it a double boss play, or are they gonna go for Siege? Death timers are relatively low. Next objective is top lane. They could have gone for both of these, in my opinion. But either way, they're going to open up bottom lane. Sentinel from Tyrande thrown towards top. Huge damage. Huge damage. And Alarak at 103 sadism from that kill. I believe his max sadism is 140 now because the applied force level 7, reducing it by 10%. Sentinel to check out if the enemy's on boss. They are not. Boss in bottom lane, working its way into the keep front gate. Siege Giants behind that with a minion wave as well. No catapult. But it seems like Li Ming will show in bottom lane. I don't know if Zeratul showed in mid. Is there a Sentinel Wisp around? Danger pings in the bush. Zealous or Shield Glare finds the Zeratul. Thrall finds a route into Masquerade here. Sundering comes through as well. Tyrande with a delay. Stukov thinks about stepping in here. The Blessed Shield was used by the Johanna as well. Lunar Flare misses. Zeratul in a flank position just below. Jumps in, looking for damage onto the Stukov, and blinks back away. Lunar chasing in. Lunar is going for it. Damage over time will not be enough to take down Zeratul, but he is forced away. No Shadowstalk activation either from the Tyrande at this time, which is a little surprising. There's the Shadowstalk activation. Masquerade still goes down. Alarak going in for some deep damage as well. Another delay from Tyrande with the Sentinel there. Junkrat with a few frag launcher grenades. Those are going to be body blocked. One last one into the bush. And Curse goes over to the enemy team as Lunara looks to chase on the Surdeath in mid. No. Just clearing out the wave. Wait a minute. Alarak. Telekinesis. That's nice silence. Leaping Strike. Does she go in for it? No. They're going to go for Siege. Okay. I was wondering if she would use another charge of the Leaping Strike to close the distance, but no. The priority is going to be on Siege. She does have Nature's Culling. Increase the Nature's toxic damage by 125% to anything but heroes. Alarak went into Blade of the High Lord, so his max sadism right now can be 180. Baseline, with all these talents, it'd be 190, but you have the applied force reduction. Junkrat's in top lane, and there's a flank coming out onto him. He's got a Concussion Mind to go over the wall. This will be scouted out. Masquerade jumps in. The Blessed Shield will connect. Nano getting really low. The Deadly Charge to close the distance. There's going to be a Telekinesis. Junkrat goes down. The bottom lane wave is on the keep. The Lunar Flare does connect. The mid lane wave on the keep front gate. Leaping Strike from Lunara is going to confirm decent damage, but is it enough to take them down? Thrall has the significant last hit needed.
My curse subsides.
Alrighty. Their flare onto the wave really quick, and after the objective is done here, 17 seconds on Li Ming, 5 on a Junkrat. The boss is a fair and easy call. Obviously, the enemy team knows this is happening with the Sentinel, and DDX, I doubt they care. They know they're not being invaded. There's no Zeratul like VP shenanigans. Li Ming's still respawning, so yeah. Another Sentinel goes out. It's going to be Harsh Moonlight level 13, as you saw that reduced model size on the Alarak. But with the multitude of, actually just with one kill advantage, but with a lot of siege on the map, this is going to be Deep Dive Extreme leading in experience by, let's say a level. a level in experience. Maybe rounding a bit, but that's okay. Stukov going for full trait build. Johanna activates Iron Skin just in case the Concussion Mine gets activated here. Sundering from Thrall, the Blessed Shield. If Junkrat dies here, that's insane. And oh my god, I can't believe it. Lunara able to use the Fort Front Gate as a leaping strike target to back away to safety. I thought Varian had the taunt and the kill with Tyrande Li Ming, but not the case. And this might be Deep Dive Extreme shutting down this best of 3 as Johanna steps up. The boss is around 75% HP. You got Siege Giants here as well. 20 seconds on Junkrat Death Timer. Varian charges in. A boss slam will zone. Core defenses are out, trying to get that spell and, or excuse me, the minus 75 armor. Lunar Flare goes out. Core shielding is dropping. Damage over time is applied, and there's some really good siege coming through from Lunara and friend Zeratul trying to find the counter kill. There's going to be a double kill, a triple kill, a quadra kill. Yoshiro's the last one alive. Is there a leaping strike? Not available, and it's everyone's favorite Northern European country.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Well, Alarak sadism back to 90, but here's the thing. 22% remains on this core. It is 2 out of 3 for the tributes, so there's no curse. Mid lane wave is crashing onto a keep front gate. We'll take that down. There should be some damage onto the keep, but in the end, by the time all of that comes through and the death timers, there should be defense on mid. Mid keep should be saved. Boss and bottom lane being grabbed. We have Varian trying to push things out. Top lane boss, about 3 minutes, a little bit less. And our Jahan has already respawned. It seems like there isn't a major priority for mid lane. That's Alarak charging in, going for that Zeratul. And I think the Discord Strike missed because Zeratul was able to blink away quite quickly there. Either that or just didn't time out right.
Gather tribute or face my curse.
Johanna gets jumped on here. There's going to be a taunt into Lunar Flare. Ming joining in, sundering from Thrall. No 20 on either side. This will be boss and bottom lane taking down the fourth. The Johanna will fall. Lunar getting really low. Has to use leaping strikes to back away. She had like 70 HP. And Stukov goes down as well. Did the members of DDX throw on that core call? Yoshiro needs to hearth out, but needs to be careful of a stray sentinel hitting. It actually went by. Zeratul gets cursed. This actually might be the turnaround moment. COPIUM might literally turn this around with that flubbed core attempt. Top lane wave is pushing up, but there's curse against the members of DDX. Oh, Lunara, Alarak, and Thrall to defend here. Mid-keep will fall as well. Let's pull away the talents and see what we got going on, because 20's here on the left-hand side. Johanna steps out with a Condemn, looking for something. Everyone's back here. There's still about 30 seconds left on the objective, but the core defenses are still out and active. Top lane wave pushing up onto that fort finally. 20 seconds to go on objective. Half a level or more for this 20 talents here for Deep Dive Extreme. Riptire from Junkrat. Whoa, sorry about that, everyone. Sorry, new keyboard. Start getting used to things. Sundering from Thrall comes out. The taunt from Varian's going to be there. Alarak taking a lot of damage. Leaping strikes coming out from Lunar as Zeratul is able to blink away. Alarak is the one to go down. A reset for Li Ming as the objective phase has ended. The core shielding is dropped. Li Ming Arcane Orbs are connecting. Is this enough to take the core down? Oh my god, Lunar takes so much damage. Stukov will fall. Riptire from Junkrat activated, takes down the Thrall. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the members of COPIUM will reverse sweep DDX, and they will head into the upper bracket final coming up next. Draft diff. Was it? I like how a whole podcast has DDX in their name.